Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And we are back here with Above and Beyond Healing's own Kellee Durrant. And she's here bringing us so much love from the other side and helping us with spirit to guide us here on our path. And there's so many things she can help you with. I'll let her explain. Hi, Miss Kellee. How are you?
Hi, Jill. It's always fun to be here with you.
Oh, thank you.
And we never know which way the conversation is going to go. And we're just going to play that one again today. Let's just see where it takes us.
Perfect. Well, are you using cards to determine what we're talking about? Do you get intuitive things that come to you beforehand saying, hey, I think we should talk about this?
Actually, what have you been doing for your spiritual journey?
Okay, me.
I'm putting you on the spotlight.
For my spiritual journey. Okay, I'm trying to declutter my house to declutter my brain. So I don't know if that's spiritual, but it's amazing. I have this newfound love of sleep because I'm having these dreams. My old cat was in my dream last night. My mother was in my dream the night before. And I feel like in my dreams, I'm starting to connect to those goosebumps on the other side. It's in dreams, I'm feeling things and I'm so goosebumpy right now. So I don't know if it's my dreams and my sleep, but I'm really more aware of what you say and how they're there, they're around, they're alive there. And I think they're coming to me now. My cat, who I haven't dreamt of ever, and she probably died 6 years ago. Then my mom was in my dream with me at my friend's old house, and she took my old skirt back from her with this denim skirt with like beads on it. It's like she was with me. It was like I was living. I feel like I'm connecting more. Yeah. And it's weird. I'm having dreams. Is that what you're thinking? You're feeling? I'm trying to pay attention to all the signs as you tell all of our listeners to, because we all have some type of intuitiveness and you gotta be able to receive it.
You're giving me goosebumps.
Wow.
From hearing this because it is amazing. The small little steps that you've been taking and some of the big leaps and bounds that you have taken also. And you don't even realize how much you have grown by listening to things going on around you, listening to your dreams, listening to the signs and your guides. And right now they're singing hallelujah.
And you know why they're singing that too? Maybe this is it. There was a huge, and I'm the most open, honest person, so I don't care if they're listening. I doubt it. My family, a huge family rift went down the other day. I have an aunt-in-law who just has, and my mom would tell you, and the whole family, she has some negative energy and she's got something out against me. And I have a 5 and 7-year-old. And yes, my mom was sick and she helped me out with my son. And she feels like I owe her payback. And she's always involved in my business, my life, telling me how to live, telling me what to do. And I took the time for myself this weekend. Fine. I could have stayed home, did something for myself, but I chose to see the guy I'm dating's father, who's 97, ailing in bed, and his mom's 93. And I said, you know what? In 9 months, 8 months, I've come to your house. This would be the second time. I don't have time to go anywhere, do anything for anyone. It sounds selfish, but it's just the reality right now. So I said, I'm going to see your mom and dad. We're making that drive into Queens, about 45 minutes from where I live. Took my boys. I get a nasty text message on the way home because she knew from social media. I saw some of my other cousins who live down the block, and it was like, how dare you come past this and you don't even call us? I'm like, I never thought to call you. You never make time for us. I don't have time for you. And you barely watch my kids anymore. They're older. And it went into this group family chat. And I know everyone from above, the family that's passed, is like, yeah, go Jill, say it, because it's all things they wanted to say when they were alive. And so the whole family got involved in a sense, but it's not me. There's some evil in her. There is. And she's got this, not just with me. She already doesn't talk to her other niece, my cousin. She's just not a nice person. You call her what you want. And then her daughter got involved saying, my mom, you said she had an attitude. I'm like, read this text, read it for yourself. Anyone I show it to would say it has an attitude, or maybe it's just unkind. It's not proper. It's not the way you speak. It's not, call it what you want. It's not the way I want to be treated. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And I learned that in church, and I've learned that my whole life, and I'm not a big church goer, but I went to church this weekend, took the boys to church, and then made time to go see the older folk. And I got like, I started to feel like, did I do something wrong? Why is she telling me what I should do with my time? And here I am trying to do something for my boyfriend and his family, and I get ridiculed. So I'm on a rant. And Kellee, uh, Alexa Durrant, I'm sorry, I'll stop. But so hallelujah, maybe hallelujah, you spoke up. I don't know.
No, one of the basic first things that you did right there and then is that you set your boundaries with her, and you weren't going to let her dictate to you. You were calling her out,
Anymore. I'm sick. I'm done.
and
And I
that
told
you
her,
were putting in, this is where I stand.
said,
This
I'm
is
done
what,
being bullied. I've been
yes,
bullied for years and I'm done. These are my kids. You don't tell me how to live my life, what I do, what I shouldn't be doing. And I had to bring up her past. I said, you were a drug addict when your kids were little. You lived with your mom. She helped you. You went through a lot as a mother. You put your kids in danger. And you think I'm putting myself in danger because of my life, that I was out to lunch with the guy and you wanted to know where I was. You called the restaurant 3 years ago pretending to be someone else to see where I was. You're worried about my kids. They're home with a babysitter. Like, none of your business. Like, she's got this. Yeah. So anyway, I got off my chest and I have goosebumps still. I feel so
no.
much better that I've gotten this out, because I'm sick of being bullied. I felt like a kid on a playground. Sorry
And
to
what you have effectively done is that you released a
oh,
lot of stuff
yeah.
with just putting her on notice, setting your boundaries. And did you notice how you healed?
I'm smiling. I feel so happy. I feel my body. I feel good. I feel like heavenly, like lighter, like I'm
Exactly.
floating. Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Exactly.
I feel there
Exactly.
was totally energy blockages there with, because I'm very angry and upset over this for many years. And I spoke out one time in 2019, but it didn't last. And then let it go. And I kept dealing with the insults and comments on my social media. Like, she just was, doesn't, how do you do that to someone? You say he's family, but it's good.
It may be family, but the whole thing is that you have to choose who your family
Oh,
really is.
and I told her
And
blood is not
family is
thicker
not,
than water. I told her that to her face. I said, by the way, you're not even my blood. In the text, I said, you're not blood, but blood is not thicker than water. You know how I feel about my brother. I like good people. I don't care if you're family or not. I go for the good people. I'll stick by them. I'll help them. I'm not going to help bad people or mean people, or blood means nothing. When I told her that too.
exactly. And it's people that connect with you at a soul level, that individual that as soon as you meet them, you feel that you have known them all your life, or that you know them from somewhere, or that deja vu feeling that,
Oh,
hey,
mm-hmm.
this is feeling familiar.
Yeah.
That is your soul connection with an individual. You have lived many lives with that individual during different periods and for
Wow.
different reasons. And we all go through many lives in a lifetime. And we don't always do the same thing. But some of the negativity and trauma
It
from
is.
previous lifetimes may come through, and they can affect what you do today.
Wow.
And it is those traumas and those negativities that have to be healed in order for an individual to progress any further in their life, and to heal with that, and to put it where it belongs, either in the past or having it looked at in a completely different way. So when you come upon the negativity of some individual or something, what is it with them that they are fighting? Is it something that you can help them with?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it something that they have to deal with? Because don't get pulled into their drama,
Yeah.
because it's their stuff.
Yeah.
And if you can't help them, that's okay. Don't feel guilty for not being able to help them
Mm-hmm.
or to understand, because it's their stuff. They have to fix it, not
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You can direct them,
But
but it's the big thing. And you made a statement earlier there, Jill. And one of the things that had been corrected by a therapist that I had seen when I was healing some stuff was that she says, it's not do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is do unto yourself as you would have others do.
Yeah, you're right. Interesting. Yeah.
And when she told me that, I thought that was a real eye opener. It was like she
Do
had
unto
dropped a
yourself.
bomb in my lap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I had to really dissect that. What did that really mean? I guess before I could love someone else, I had to love myself first
Yeah.
and love all your faults and your strengths and all the goodness and the bad and the ugly. You have to love that first before you can actually progress and start loving someone else.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
And so you have to do for yourself first before you can do it for others. And then by doing it for yourself, then it gives you that little doorway and peephole of what somebody may be going through because now you're healing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that is very, very important when you're on this journey and you're starting to look at all the different things that you have done in life or where you want to go or how you want to be. What are your long term, short term, and immediate goals? How do you want things to uh, progress in
Play
your
out.
life? Do you need a board that shows all your dreams and your goals? You know, money, vacation in Hawaii with a beach, picture of
Never
a beach
been.
in a
It is a dream
Hawaii
of mine.
setting.
Yes.
So
But the
you
truth,
may,
but the truth is material things mean nothing. But I would love to see the world. I saw a commercial the other night saying when you leave the world, someone said something about you don't wish you would have bought more things, but you should have seen. It's like it was a commercial for Expedia, but to see the world, like I would like. I love traveling. I do, and,
yeah,
but in hindsight, it's yeah, I need to have money because I need to support my family. Yes, I don't need to be rich. I'm not rich, but I do need an income to pay the mortgage, to pay those things. Yes, of course, finance is always important, but happiness really is it. We leave the world with absolutely nothing.
we come into this
Yeah.
world with nothing and we will
Mm-hmm.
leave with nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The only thing that's going to be leaving is that you birthed your soul into this world, into this body, this human body. And when you leave, you just leave that human body behind because now the soul's finished with that.
Yeah.
And you go back to your family, your soul family,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of get rid of all the earthbound stuff because you got to go through a process when you return back.
Got it.
And you got to leave all of those earthly human attributes and habits in the past
Mm-hmm.
because they're dead. That body's gone.
Yeah.
It's like when we're talking, how many of us talk with our hands in the air? I do.
Mm-hmm.
I talk with my hands a
Yep.
lot, but it's all of that that we have to be aware of. So by doing this, we are healing. And when you were talking about your dreams and stuff like that, and how poignant and real they are coming out, and how much more you are and connecting, and the conversations you are having with them in your dreams, start writing a diary, your dream diary,
Okay. Gonna
because
make
there
a
could
note.
be messages involved in what they are saying that
Okay.
you don't realize it until you go, somebody was telling me or talking to me about this. And then it'll go, oh, yeah, I was dreaming about it.
Yeah, that happens. Goosebumps. That happens a lot.
Messages from your dreams. And some people, that is the way they connect to their family, to those deceased, or They can even be doing that to connect to a live human
Mm-hmm.
or to a live animal, because that is the when you're doing that in your sleep, in your dream state, your mind is open. It's not on guard. It's just there. It's accepting stuff that is coming through, and you
Mm-hmm.
are recording. Your
Yeah.
brain goes 724, 365. It never stops recording.
Uh-huh.
Even in your sleep, it is still recording everything that's going on. And if you're getting these kind of vivid dreams, pay attention.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Because this is there's messages or
Mm-hmm.
interpretations or guidance being given. Now, the significance of that blue skirt. What was the significance of that skirt?
I don't know. And it's funny. It's made me think, do I still have this denim skirt or am I missing it? Um, it's just a denim skirt, like a short skirt, kind of like you wear in the
Mm-hmm.
summer. And it's got little rhinestones around the top part where like the buckle was, but it's one piece and it's has some like brown or some beige on it, like a little design on top of it. And then anyway, I mean, I used to wear, I have pictures, I'm trying to think, I have a picture note with me and my mom in it. I haven't seen them in a while. I don't know what could have sparked it, or I have to look for the skirt, but I don't know. Was my mom trying to say she wants me to wear that skirt? Does she miss the skirt? Does she, but she found it. And it was a girl from high school who I haven't talked to in years. And we are at her house with her father and her family in elementary school. We were friends and we're at their house and it was just normal and
Mm-hmm.
just weird, but just normal. Not like, oh my God, mom, you've been dead. Oh my God, it was totally normal. We're at her house, we're hanging out, and it's just weird that it's just, it was so nice. Maybe not weird. I'm just using that word because I don't know what else to say, but just calm, nice. We're having fun. I think there was a ski slope. We don't ski, but outside it was just people having fun. And then my mom took the skirt because I think she said my friend had it in her drawer. So she made sure she took that from me when we were leaving. I was like, oh, that is mine.
And there you go. She was showing you how to have fun and that you need to get out and have fun and be fun
Uh-huh.
because you were skiing and that's something you don't do. So,
Mm-hmm.
what does skiing mean? Get outdoors,
Yeah.
have fun, enjoy yourself
Mm-hmm.
because you were having fun as you were doing it,
Yeah.
even though you didn't do it
Do-
in real life.
yes.
But she was showing you and telling you you need fun.
Mm-hmm.
Get out and have fun. Go and reconnect with some people. Maybe they, you know, you just never know. That one little phone call saying, hey, I was just thinking about you, wondered how you were. And that could set them up for the rest of their lives, knowing that somebody cared enough to call and say, how are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And these are all messages that she was giving you through the dream.
Wow.
And you can see now how interpreting the dream gives you direction on where you're going.
Okay.
And your cat, the one that's been gone for 6 years.
Yeah. I left her and I drove to the city, New York City, I guess for work. And then I open up the back door and there she is in the car. I'm like, Cuddles. I mean, Princess. Princess is the one that's alive. Cuddles is alive. Princess is dead. I'm like, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh my God, you've been lost for a few days. Oh my God. But then I picked her up and then just gracefully, she just sat there. So, but it was her aura, her presence, just her. She was so calm. We're walking around the city. I'm trying to find a bowl and some food. I said, because I have to work. So I guess you'll just sit in the car and you could stay in the car since you're in the car and I'll feed you in there. She was just so calm and it was just so her. And it was so nice to see her. And I haven't connected with her ever. I don't think I've ever tried, but learning that you can connect with animals too is something that's been on my mind. But she was just as I remembered, quiet.
Yes.
She has a little bit of like a bitchy face because she's a Persian, so she looks mean, and she's a
Mm-hmm.
little like that. With her brother or husband Cuddles when he was alive, they used to fight all the time. She was very protective. She was not as cuddly as Cuddles, but she was just my princess and she was there.
Yeah. So therefore, she was showing you that, hey, I'm still here. I'm still connecting with you. This is the body you know me as. And this is why I'm presenting myself to you in that form. Like it's just her soul connecting,
Yeah.
but it was the way that she was presenting herself to you. It was familiar
Yeah.
so that you knew who you were connected with.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time when you try connecting with someone, think about what they are like, what they smell like, what they look like, what kind of energy is it? Very vibrant, or is it very mellow, or is it angry, or just try to picture in your mind the physical features, and those individuals will show up in the form that you remember them,
Okay.
unless they have crossed over or reincarnated. I should say, not crossed over, reincarnated. Because once they have reincarnated, it's not so easy for them to communicate because now they're going through their life cycle as a human again, as a
Mm-hmm.
baby, and taking those
Mm-hmm.
first steps and all of that. We've all done it many times.
Yeah.
Some have lived maybe minutes or maybe just months, whether it's in the womb or in the world, or lived a full lifetime. But we also have to look at, what did we learn? What was the reason we decided to come back? What is it that you wanted to experience that you didn't experience before? And how can you get about and see what that experience is? What is that experience? And sometimes you don't know until
Mm.
towards the end of your span or your lifetime. And it's amazing the different experiences that you wanted to go through and feel and learn. And some of them can be pretty harsh.
Yeah.
So, for example, do you think that individual who went and did all those mass murders did it because he just wanted to?
Ah.
Is he guilty? Yes, he took a human life, but he's still a soul.
Mm-hmm.
And that soul wanted to experience that evil, even though he's not an evil individual,
Yeah.
but needed to feel and experience that so he could learn from that to take to another lifetime or to another. And it actually may be there to help others in their life,
Yeah.
like to lose someone so horrifically. And you may not realize it, but you signed up for that when you
Mm-hmm.
came.
When you came, yeah, that was part of your plan, your journey, your karma, your soul
Exactly.
contract, your
Exactly.
okay.
Because, and I say this because I know that I have had many lives with my late husband, many, many journeys together.
Mm.
But this one was a little different because the way I loved him was different.
Mm.
It wasn't, it was a woman feeling the full embodiment of what love actually is.
Mm.
And so it was kind of an eye opener of when he did pass away, how
Mm.
much that whole experience and learning to love someone, even with all their faults, their beliefs, their in their uh, what's that word? Uh, oh, sinis, sinis.
I don't even know what word you're talking about. I'm sorry. Cynical, sinister. I don't
No,
know.
it's oh, you know, the word will come to me
Okay.
after you realize it.
Okay. Okay.
But with all of their indiscretions, their uh, synchronicities,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever that word is, it's amazing how deep and full an individual can really love another person,
Mm-hmm.
and to the extent. And that was one of the reasons for this journey with my late husband. Mind you, there was other things that I had to go and journey along with. And some of those journeys and trials and tribulations have been quite heavy duty.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say about traveling these different journeys and that, it's with all the trauma, the hate, the fear, the indiscretion, the love, compassion.
Hmm.
Those are all part of your life.
Mm.
Now, how you're going to accept that and integrate it into your life is up to you as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
And listening to your guide helps you along your journey on how to build a fuller, happier life. And angels and archangels and ascended masters, they will also come in and help along the journey with you. And if you ever need help, ask them. Don't just ignore them. Talk to them all the time.
Okay.
And if you see someone walking down the street and it looks like they're talking to themselves, maybe they're having a staff meeting with themselves and their guides.
Yeah.
And they're talking to them to see what they're supposed to be doing. And I've seen that before. That's where you kind of go, I wonder who they're talking to.
Exactly.
And they don't have a headphone on or an earbud or anything. So you know that they're talking to someone or something, whether it's an animal, a being, an entity. And we have gone into those descriptions and definitions on previous shows. So, how do you feel? You're looking a little tired now.
I feel no, I'm feeling bad that we spent your whole show talking about me, to be honest with you. That's what I was thinking. Like, I feel like it was so nice of you to ask. And then it turned into, like, you said you didn't know what we were going to talk about when we started, but then it became, and everyone listening can get a take on exactly, it works out for you too, your dreams and everything she's saying. But I also feel like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad that, she's so kind to sit here and talk to me directly. And I know people are learning from it and able to accept it as well. But I thank you for that. How about a little about you? How are you feeling these days? Let's go. Your turn.
Well, been
Fill me in.
cold, miserable. You don't want to go out.
Yep.
It's been that cold.
Yep.
But feeling and stuff like that, I just cruising along, just absorbing and accepting stuff and growing within my own self of learning to accept and try to be a little bit of patience, because I found myself running out of patience this week a little bit. So, and that was a thing to be learned also, is to remember it's an inanimate object, because I was dealing with something that was an inanimate object. And so it doesn't have feelings. It does have energy, but it's still an inanimate object, and you're getting a little bit upset at it.
Your crystal thing? No.
No, I was.
You don't have to tell me, but I'm like, I forget what you call it, but okay, that wasn't
it.
it.
TV.
Oh, okay.
It was a TV I was working with.
Oh, and you're like hitting it, like.
This is one of the crystals that we were talking about, and this is an oralite.
Oralite, that's the word. I was gonna say crystallite. Like, that's
as you
the name
can
of a drink.
see, it fills my whole hand.
Wow.
Plus, it is a big little baby,
Oh my gosh.
but oral late,
So
I've got all kinds,
now what
and I
happened with
love
the
it.
TV? So you were impatient because it wasn't working, was giving you trouble?
Yeah, I have to return the TV now.
Was it oh, so it was a recently new TV. There's something that just wasn't wrong?
1 week old.
All right. So you had the receipt. It was a little inconvenient or
Yep.
no? Did they are they okay with you exchanging it or did they think you did something to it?
Nope. They
Okay,
said
good.
because it's within the 90 days and it's only been 1 week, they said return it. Don't even get it
Okay.
fixed.
Well,
Just
that just
return it.
wasn't meant to be your TV
Yep.
energetically, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Something would have happened later. It was kind enough to let you know ahead of time, even though a little bit inconvenient, but
A
okay.
little bit. Yeah. But these are things that give you a learning experience and how you are dealing with it.
And react.
And that is the big thing. How do you react? Is if you react in anger, what's causing that anger to come up?
Hmm. There's something deep rooted there. Yeah.
Exactly. Why did that upset you so much? What is bugging you about it? How come it's just creating so much anger within where you
Mhm.
just want to turn around and hit something or whatever?
Yeah.
So there's something that has to come out, and it's a learning experience for you to take a second look at what's going on inside. Are you setting your boundaries? Are you listening to your guides? Are you listening to the angels or the masters or whoever that you need? Are you asking for help when you need help? Are you shutting yourself off from everything? And now all of a sudden you just want to get out and you're just venting for whatever. But it all depends on how you go about doing all of this. Your
Mhm.
reaction creates an action, always creates a reaction, as the
Aw.
term goes. So, how is it that our action, what kind of reaction do we want to have back? And that is the way life goes also. How do we respond to someone's anger or to their negativity? Is it worth responding? Or should you just let it go?
Yeah.
Pick your battles and pick
Ah,
them wisely. Is it worth fighting about? Or just let it go and say, this isn't worth it to me.
great
Let's,
advice.
it's not my stuff. Let's continue on with something else. What is it about that individual that you really do like? And focus on that aspect instead of the negative.
I love that. Well, thank you. We had some extra time today because I got a cancellation, which you didn't know about. So I'm letting you speak a little further if that's okay with you. Yep.
I
What,
noticed that.
yeah, normally it's like, but what else do you want to share with your listeners? We could talk another 9 minutes if that's okay with you. I would love to hear because you spent so much time with me. And what else do you want to give out there to the universe, to our listeners today? How could you? I mean, there's so much that you do to help them and can, but whatever comes to you, speak your mind. We're learning a lot here about patience today as well.
Well, you said a word right there as you were talking. Universe. What are you putting out to the
Mm,
universe?
yeah.
What thoughts are you putting out there? So I'm going to use an example. I'm driving along and I come up to this intersection and you go, oh, if I'm not careful, I'm going to have an accident at this corner sometime. And you go by that intersection 2, 3, 4, 5 times, whatever. It could be on your daily route also. And then, but you've been thinking that. And then the next thing you know, you have an accident there.
It happened.
It happens. So, what are you putting out to the universe? So, if you go through that intersection or that corner or wherever and go, oh, I'm always safe. I have to be aware that there's people crossing or there's extra traffic or what the time is, but I'm always good here. This is a good spot. So you put out the positive and not the negative.
Yeah, that's so funny. There's an intersection near my house, right? Get this. And there was a few months ago, someone was killed outside there. And I live in the little baby community. And so there's a gate that you just got to tell your name or put the password in to get in. It's nothing fancy, but it's cute, right? But
Mhm.
right outside the gate's a busy road. And I've heard stories over the years before I moved here that there's so many accidents, and I've witnessed that now. I see all these accidents. And the road was closed a few months ago. Someone died. I have goosebumps talking about it, but there's this light, and I don't know why. And, okay, let me try to. If you're going straight, you go to the left lane, and if you wait in the left lane to make a left into my complex, the cars that are coming straight at you are just speeding. So the car always shakes, and I'm with the kids. I'm in the left turning lane. I'm not supposed to turn because the left turning signal isn't on, and we vibrate, we move, and I'm like, God forbid someone takes their hand off the steering wheel, hits us. It's happened so many times to the people that I illegally blow that left light that says not to make a left all the time because it's just in me to say, we're going to get hit here. We're going to have an accident here. I feel it and I'm goosing up. And if a cop pulls me over one day, here, I'll be happy to pay the ticket, but I'm not stopping at that light. There's something so bad about it that I feel every time I'm stopped there with or without my kids. They go so fast that the car just vibrates. And I'm like, 1 second, you look away, you look, we're going to get creamed. And I just have a bad feeling about that intersection all the time.
There have been, there are people and souls that have not crossed over that are still at that intersection.
Is that what I'm feeling? North Ocean Avenue, Holtzville, Summerfield is the name of the little community there. And I feel this, I don't feel good there. Long Island, New York, Holtzville.
There's 5. There's been 5 deaths.
Oh,
Okay, they've all gone home now. I've just cleared the intersection.
thank you. Wow.
And that was affecting you because you're becoming more sensitive to what the energies are around you.
Yeah.
And the
Oh,
energies, the beings and souls that come in, listening to your guides, you're starting to feel everything and you're awakening. Your whole body is awakening from the top of your head to your toes. And so you're getting more and more of this stuff coming at you. And now it's called, you're going to need some further training on how to deal with some
I
of
got
this.
tears in my eyes. I don't have a tissue, do I? I have a paper towel. I could. Wow. Yeah.
But yes, and that is the reason why you were always so anxious. Now start putting a positive spin on that whole area. Put light and love in there because that will help you relax and look at the joy because there's got to be some beauty around.
Mm-hmm.
There is beauty around.
Oh gosh, everywhere, but especially at that
Yeah.
intersection because you look to the left and the little Summerfield community, there's beautiful little stonework and little waterfalls and beautiful when they do the in the spring, the beautiful flowers. I can't wait. And they'll always like decorate it when it's like 4th of July, put the little flags outside. So there's beauty right there at that intersection, you know, for sure. A lot of greenery, a lot of color, a lot of yes, but it just never
Yep.
felt good to me.
Yeah. So now when you go through that or go into that intersection, just think of the beauty and the love that's around you. The waterfall, it is great for grounding
Mm-hmm.
because it comes from the ground and it nurtures the ground. There's life in the water that brings life from the soil,
Mm-hmm.
that brings life to things around you.
Yeah.
So you look at the beauty of life itself and feel that life, feel that energy of how loving and caring and all encompassing it really is. Because without any of that, are we anything? Do
No,
we live?
no.
No, there's
Yeah.
nothing to sustain our bodies without
Yeah.
that.
Very true.
But we also have to not just look after our bodies, we have to look after our spiritual, mental, emotions, and all of those other aspects of our life that create who we are. And we have to look after each one of them individually and heal some of that on an individual basis. So you could have had a lot of traumas throughout your life, but each one has to be healed separately. You have to look at it in a different aspect. You can't look at it in the same way for every trauma that you have experienced. There is something different about each one and how it affected you in a certain way.
And may I just quickly ask people out there listening, does every soul that's here on this body in human form right now, everyone has some form of trauma? Or are there souls that are past that and really have a fantastical life like Disney? No. Just
No.
curious. Everyone has their own share of, there's no,
Trauma.
okay. Okay.
Yep, we all have it.
Okay. Just
And
curious.
it doesn't matter how. It could be just that simple thing like with this COVID about how many people have been
Wow.
locked up in their homes
Mm-hmm.
because they're scared to go out. Now, why are they scared? There's trauma there somewhere that has affected them to bring it into. They could have been having the best, fullest life there was, and now
Amen.
they they don't.
Hmm.
And you would have thought, oh, they have the world by the tail.
Yeah. But no.
Yeah, and think that they've had a wonderful, beautiful life, and but they will not go out. So where did that trauma originate from? A past life somewhere, and it's brought in.
But they would say, the human side would say, well, I'm scared of getting sick. I don't want to die. But is that just an excuse then? You know, people,
Yep.
okay.
Because in the past, maybe they had the Black Plague
Oh,
in a
so they
past life.
really know the feel of something that can harm them.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
Wow.
And they brought that with them into this life.
Yeah. Cause I was like, so what? I'm going out. I get it. I get it. What happens is meant to be. I'm supposed to dive and fight. I was different. I was like, I wanted to go out and even go to the grocery store, even though I had to wear a mask, which I hated. But like, it was just, I'm going to go. Like, it's what's meant to be is my fate. I'm going. So I'm definitely one that wasn't affected that way. But I could see what you're saying now, how some people are. Get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, so that's a little piece of trauma, but there's
Mm-hmm.
also some grief in there
Yeah.
because now they feel that they've lost something.
Mm-hmm.
And how do they regain that? Because they haven't been able to go out because the law says or whatever, but they've lost something.
Yeah.
And now they have to find out who they are again. And in some ways, uh, with this COVID outbreak and stuff like that, it's been great for the human race because now they've had to stop and take time
To
and
think.
smell the roses around them scenario.
A lot of things we didn't appreciate, right?
And
Everyone running, hustle,
exactly,
bustle, going to work. Is that really important? Where's work going to get us? Where's a career going to get you? That's great. You're successful, but
mm-hmm,
let's go. Yeah, why not spend time with your family? Realize the simplicity in that. And as a parent, it was so, for me, it was opened my eyes and so many people's eyes. As hard as it was losing
exactly.
jobs, maybe not having the finances, most people were able to come around. They made other things happen in other ways. And it was just got to calm down and appreciate it. And now a lot of people don't want to go back to work. They want to work from home because, oh, is that your cat?
Yep.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
There he is.
Hi, honey. What's his name again? I don't remember.
Juice, as in
Juice.
orange juice, because he's a
Orange. Oh,
ginger tabby.
oh, I had Precious Pumpkin for 18 years. She had 78. She was 18. She gave birth to 78 kittens in her lifetime. She died at the age of 18. I got her when I was like in first grade. I'm 44. Had her for 18 years. And back then,
Nice.
mom just said, you know what? I wanted you to see how she has kittens. And it was cute. Back then, we didn't
Mhm.
know about spaying and neutering and all that. It was just, oh, cute. But I made sure to find every single cat a home. I'd stand in front of the grocery store with the kittens and I would, make sure they were good home, take a picture with the person and give out my little kittens. And now people think I'm crazy. You had 78 kittens, not at the same time. And your mom was wrong. She should have had them, nude and I'm like, we didn't know better. It was fine. But anyway, back to my Precious Pumpkin. So that's what Juice reminds me of. She had a little longer hair though, but she was one strong kitty cat. I love my cats. We're cat women.
Oh yeah.
We are
And
crazy cat ladies, right? So people probably call you that.
no,
They
not
call me
that.
that. I only have one now since Princess died, but I used to have a lot, like up to 5 at a time. So they call me crazy. Let them.
A friend of mine, that's the one that's got the title as the crazy cat
How many
lady.
does she have?
She's only got one now, but she's had several, and she's cremated them all, and she's got all their ashes, and she's asking for them to be buried with her.
Oh, wow.
All the cats that she has ever owned.
Oh, that's kind of sweet. I like
Let's
that.
call her the crazy cat lady.
Oh,
She
but
takes the cake.
that's wonderful. She's a cat
Yes,
mommy.
yes, she is. But it's special people that take care of animals,
Mm-hmm.
or who open their heart to animals and to pets. And you stop and think about a farmer.
Mm.
He has to,
Wow.
they're his livelihood, but they also become pets too.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they may say, oh, it's just life in the farm, it hurts every time one of them passes on.
Mm-hmm.
But not always, because sometimes you are raising them to take to market
Yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
that
For
we
feeding,
can
for,
eat.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
That's,
pretty much. So we have to be aware of some of that
yeah.
and be considerate of individuals, of people, what, because they may be smiling and laughing on the outside, but what's going on the inside? Are they crying and screaming and just need that little ray of hope that maybe you could put a smile on their face for that day? So,
Amazing you said that. Oh, I want to add something. Go ahead.
so that person that you're walking by, they got a scowl on their face. Smile.
Yep.
That could be the only thing that they need to make their day, and it will last throughout the day for them.
There was a former Miss USA. It happened in New York, I think 2 weeks ago. She was an attorney. I believe she was Miss USA or Miss America. Beautiful African American, gorgeous woman. She's a model. She's 6 foot. She has a body. She's posing all these pictures. She's working in television, like for Extra or Entertainment Tonight, part time. She did a post on Instagram 2 weeks ago, something about prayer and peace, and she jumped off her building in New York City and killed herself.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. Like, how do you? But you're on the outside. Did anyone see a sign? Did anyone know her? Like to care for her? Like, what was she to do it that way and to take your own life? I mean, if someone could have helped, but then again, if that was her destiny, sad as that sounds, but again, it's not sad because that's her path. But if someone could have noticed, someone could have just said, "Hey, are you really okay?" Or you don't know what's going on. But stories like that just
Yeah. Now stop and think, how many times when someone says, hi Jill, how are you doing today? And you go, oh fine.
I'm
But
good.
and you're going inside, no, I just don't want to be here. I'm just rah, 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 rah.
Yes, we all put on a front. We tend to do that. Yes.
Is that being honest to yourself?
No, it's
or
not.
you just, because there's times when I've said, oh, I'm doing okay, but if you've got an hour or two, I can really let you know.
Got it. Got it. Oh,
Because at that very moment, you're okay.
okay.
But the minute you step away, you may not be.
I notice you say okay. You don't say I'm doing great. I'm doing well. I'm doing fantastic. Okay is a tricky term there, Kellee, because okay could come across as good and bad. So you're smart like that.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
by adding that extra, if you've got an hour or two, I'll really tell you how I'm feeling. They'll say, nope.
Instead of, are you okay? Putting their hand on you, honey.
Yeah,
What's going on? That would be, yeah, things for us to
yeah,
listen forward, to look forward, to think about our compassion,
exactly.
our love for people, whether it's strangers or people that you know, just always. Ah,
So, but this is part of reading an individual also when you're starting to listen to your guides. Your guides will talk to other people's guides and they can tell you when somebody is not doing good.
mm-hmm.
So you should ask your guides, and it'll get to the point that just like this, you know,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that they can tell you what's going on. And if or not, a person needs that little extra, hey, how are you doing? Or that little extra time out away from their reality.
Yeah.
So start listening and hearing what your guides say, because maybe that person sitting across from you or that just walked the other way needs that one little smile or that one little acknowledgement of, hey, how are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Or it could be just that, what do they call those people that are on the street corner singing for,
Um,
yeah, yeah, just
I can't think of the name.
stop and just listen
Yeah.
and just say, have a good day. I've
Yeah.
enjoyed,
Yeah.
even if you cannot put anything
Bucket. Yep.
into
Mm-hmm.
their bucket. Busters.
Yeah, there
That's
you
what
go.
they
Now the other word, now I totally forgot what it was before, but you said it would come to you. So it'll probably come to you later. I forgot.
idiosyncrasies.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Idiosyncrasies.
Good job.
Idiosyncrasies.
Good job. Ah,
But yeah, so by listening to your guides, you're paying attention to what they're saying for you, but you're also paying attention to what they're saying about that other individual that you are in contact with. And they can give you some very vital information.
yeah.
And for example, this is before my husband passed away. We were in a Tim Hortons, and this guy walked by us, and all of a sudden, I just said to my husband, he's got to see the doctor and he's got to see it now. And he goes, why? I says, he's going to die if he doesn't.
Oh,
And this is where, if you, and then I just went up to him and I said, he was coming by again. And I said, sir, I says, have you seen the doctor lately? I would suggest that you do that. And he just brushed me off. But the thing is that you did try.
you tried. I'm like you. I'd rather try than, yeah, I'd rather do and try than not, because maybe
Yeah.
he did go to that doctor. Maybe you did save him. Maybe he didn't. And maybe on his deathbed, he was like that woman at the coffee shop. Wow.
Yep.
And he told his family about you. And then they learned the lesson how to listen to people and to be, yeah, the whole trickle down
Exactly.
effect. Yep.
Exactly. It does have a triple effect or
Mm-hmm.
ripple.
Ripple, trickle down effect, whatever you
Yep.
want to call it. Yep.
Like a pond. The
Mm-hmm.
waves just keep on spreading out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for today. I'm glad we had extra time today to get to speak. Kellee, Alexa, Durrant, find you on Facebook, Above and Beyond Healing,
That's correct.
and the
Or
website.
I don't have a website. I just have my Facebook page at
Okay.
Above and Beyond Healing. You can also message me on there, but you can also message me at 403-561-6066. And as
Perfect.
usual, Jill, my time with you goes so fast.
I know, even though we had longer today, but I'm really glad we did. Thank you for being here.
You
Really,
bet.
guys, she is amazing. I think she can help wake us all up spiritually in every sense of the word. Please look her up on Facebook and reach out to her because she has a lot that she can teach you, guide you with, and help you because we all need help. And don't be afraid to ask for help. And yeah, sometimes you need a doctor's help medically, get it. But a lot of times you probably need this type of help. Tap into your past life, your energy. My goodness. I can't even explain to you, but she's a good friend. She's an intuitive empath who's become a friend, and she's been on the show for quite some time, but she's the real deal. So please reach out to her. Kellee, Alexa Durrant, thank you again. Have a great day, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jill. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Mwah. Bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you can now listen live on the MyTuner Radio and online Radio Box apps for iOS, Android, and the Amazon App Store. Or check us out online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on onlineradiobox.com/US so you don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.